Hello, beautiful people. Welcome back to another week of yoga. Stay firm. Sending that right foot back. Hello, beautiful people. Welcome back to Alexis Faye Yoga. I'm so very glad that you decided to join me for today's class. Today's class is our second installment in our beginner series. Our first was a standing only pose, so I'll have that linked below if you'd like to watch that as well. This one will be our laying down poses only. So we're going to do some poses where we're laying on our backs on the floor, and then we'll roll over at some point and do some exercises on our stomachs. So go ahead and find a nice comfy spot to do a little bit of yoga. We're going to lay flat on our backs, stretching the legs out in front of the body, and softening down. Taking a few deep breaths here. Starting to get used to laying down on our backs. Feeling as the ground presses back against the lungs as they fill with air. Allowing the hips, the feet, the shoulders to soften towards the floor. We'll circle the arms overhead, reaching with the fingers, pointing and reaching with the toes, finding our full body stretch. Taking the arms out to our T, palms facing up towards the ceiling. And then we'll roll them over so palms are facing down. We're going to do this a few times, rolling the arms back and forth, palms down towards the floor, and then up to the ceiling. Taking the palms back up to the ceiling, we'll pull the arms in, finding a cactus pose. So our wrists and elbows are parallel with each other. We can hold here with the arms in our cactus, or we can gently slide the fingertips up towards the ceiling and back. Trying to keep the elbows towards the floor the whole time. Bringing the arms around towards the body. We'll walk the bottoms of the feet in so we can lift the hips, tuck them under, and set them back down. So we've gotten rid of the space in our low back and we can lay nice and flat. We'll heel toe the feet to the outer edges of our mat and find a little windshield wipering back and forth. Taking both knees over to one side of the mat, back through center to the other side. Taking the knees back up to the ceiling, we'll heel toe the feet so the knees and ankles are in line with the hips again. Taking the left leg up to the ceiling and and bringing the left knee into the chest. Our right foot can stay here planted, or we can extend the right leg out in front of the body and set it all the way down. We can keep that left knee hugged into the chest here, or we can find a little bit of hip circles, placing the left palm on the top of our left knee and making some large looping circles with the leg. Bringing that left knee back into the chest, we'll find a little bit of a twist, taking that left knee across the right side of the body. Shoulders come out to a T. Shoulder blades stay down on the floor, and the eyes might turn to look at the left hand. Bringing the left knee back into the body for another big hug to the chest. And we'll switch legs. Left goes long, right comes in. Big hug to the right leg. And same as the other side, we can stay here holding the knee in towards the body, or we can place the right palm on top of the knee and find some hip circles on this side. We'll bring that right knee back in for another big hug to the chest and find our gentle twist. Right knee comes across the left side of the body. Arms come out to a cactus. Both shoulder blades stay down on the floor, and the eyes might turn to look at the right hand. Bringing the right knee back into the chest for another big squeeze here. We'll bring the left leg up as well, hugging both legs into the chest. The back of the head can stay back on our mat, or we can lift the head up and roll into a tight ball. Maybe finding a little rocking side to side, massaging out the low back. Let go of the legs, dropping the bottoms of the feet to the floor again. Our next pose, we're going to find a reverse process, taking both legs up to the ceiling. We can do this against a wall, so we're resting the legs up against a wall or on a couch, or let them float in the air here. Circling the feet around, pointing and flexing. We can also take the arms to the back of the legs to hold them. Dropping the bottoms of the feet to the floor again. We'll take just the left leg up, and then we'll cross it across the right leg. So about halfway down the calf, we're going to find a cross with the right, flexing through the left foot. And we can gently press away the left knee, or we can take our hands through our legs to wrap around the right leg and hug both legs in a little closer to the chest. This is a variation to our pigeon pose. So we have one other option. We can also hold on to this left leg at the knee and the foot and extend the right leg out in front. Any of these variations are very nice. And it really depends on what kind of stretch you're wanting to feel today. We'll gently release the right foot back down to the floor if it's not already. Taking the left leg back up to the ceiling and setting it down. Taking the right leg up and across to the left. Flexing through this right foot. Again, we have an option to press the right knee a little further away from the body. We can take both arms through the legs to grab the left leg, pulling the legs a little closer to the body. We can grab both foot and knee of our right leg and extend to the left. Releasing the left foot back down to the floor, unthreading the right, setting the right leg down as well. We'll heel toe the feet over towards the left side. So our left foot is off the edge of our mat. Our right foot is halfway between where it was and the edge of our mat. We'll drop both knees over towards that left side. And we have an option to pick the left ankle up off the floor and drape it across the right knee. Gently sliding the left foot off the right knee, and we'll take both knees back up to the ceiling. Heel toeing the feet over towards the right side. So our right foot is off the mat. Our left foot is halfway between hips distance and the edge of the mat. Dropping both knees over towards the right side. And then again, we have that option to pick the right foot up and place it on top of the left knee, adding a little extra pressure and feeling a stretch along the left side of the body. Gently sliding the right foot off of the left knee, taking both knees back up to the ceiling. We'll bring the feet into center so they are touching each other, and then let the knees fall away from each other. So we're finding a butterfly pose here, Bottoms of feet are together, knees are pressing down towards the floor. Nice and slow, like we're moving through honey. We'll roll onto one side of our body, rolling all the way around till we're laying on our stomachs. Taking the arms alongside the body, turning the head to one side or the other, and we'll take a few more deep breaths here, noticing how it feels different when we're pressing the earth back against the lungs as they fill with air, feeling how they expand across the back and shoulders. We'll pick up the head, turning it to the other side, and continuing to take some nice big breaths here. We'll bring the arms around so that they're underneath the shoulder blades. Pressing down through the tops of the feet and through the thighs. With our inhale, we'll lift the chest, finding a baby cobra. Exhale to soften back down. 2 more like this. Inhale, lifting the chest. Exhale, softening. 1 more. Inhale to lift. Exhale to soften. Sliding the arms forward, so that we're pressing into the forearms, finding a sphinx pose, lifting tall through the top of the head. Pressing down through the hands and through the hips, we're going to pick our right foot up off the mat, pointing the toes up towards the ceiling or up towards the head. Setting that foot back down. And the other leg pointing up towards the ceiling or up towards the head. And we'll set that leg back down. We can continue to do one leg at a time, or we can lift both legs up towards the ceiling or towards the head. If we'd like, we can also reach back behind us for one ankle or for both ankles, pressing the feet away to lift and open through the chest. Or we can stay here with the forearms pressing down to the floor. Releasing both legs back down. We're gonna soften the chest closer to the floor. We can bring the forearms to stack in front of us or to be out in front of us so that we can put a little bit of weight into them. We're going to slide one leg up towards the body so that we're finding a half frog pose here. Gently pressing down through the hips. Sliding or walking that leg back behind us. And other side. Half frog here. Sliding and walking that leg back around. We're going to roll back onto our backs. We'll end here with a little bit of core before moving into our Savasana. So lifting both legs up off the mat, we'll take the shins parallel with the floor. We can hold here. We can gently press the knees away, engaging through the core. Or we can extend one leg to the floor and back up, and other side. So we have a couple different options here. All of them are great for helping us engage through the core to find some strength and stability in our poses. With our exhale, we'll soften through the body again, allowing the body to find a comfortable spot to take a moment's rest at the end of this practice. Allowing the body to grow heavy towards the floor. Closing the eyes, we'll take a couple big breaths in through the nose and out as a sigh. Thank you so very much for joining me for today's practice. It is always such a joy and an honor to get to spend this time with you. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. Go in love and light. Namaste.